based off of the sheer amount of people who told me to watch it, and then the amount of people who told me not to watch it. All right. I'm going to watch this video. We're here for that. We're absolutely here for this. Listen, I've heard of Nick Fuentes. I've not heard a single good thing about him. All right. But whatever.
I've heard mixed, both good and bad. And he has apparently said something that is triggering a lot of people. And it's about black people. And I wanted to hear what he had to say. And I thought it would be fun to see what a black guy has to say. I don't know who this guy is. I will leave a link in the description of the video to this guy's channel. Go support him. You know, I mean, I'm watching his video, so go check out his channel. After you watch this video, go check him out. And I don't know anything about him, but I want to hear what he has to say about what Nick has to say, so we're reacting to a reaction, which is always fun. That's what you do as a YouTuber. So let's get into it.
Here for that. I'm not weak. All right. Let's check it out. Let's see where this video takes us, guys.
I love how he's wearing an American flag on his shirt. I already like him already.
A suggestion via
on his hat, an American flag on his hat, not his shirt.
Multiple channel members. All right. Let's do it.
It's a shame. I really do believe. Look, I think black people are not irredeemable, but there just needs to be brutal honesty. It's like, look.
Okay.
So I'm assuming this is in response to all of the quote unquote black fatigue that many people have been referencing, that's been going on over the past several weeks online amidst certain instances.
These black people are really struggling, and they're turning into these maniacs. It seems like they don't do anything right. They're obnoxious, they're rude, they're inconsiderate, aggressive, cruel. And, you know, look, nobody hates black people for being black. If there are people like that, I think that's exceedingly rare. And I don't consider myself one of them. The reason that people have negative attitudes about black people is because most people's interactions with black people are negative.
I'll give you
Most
that.
people's interactions with black people is when you're stuck in traffic and you see a Nissan Altima speeding down the shoulder.
Oh, God, not the Altima. Okay, listen. So as of right now, I'm not hearing anything that's kind of off, you know, off color, let's say. Like every single thing that he just said here, I can imagine my mother or my father specifically sitting in a room, right, and having a conversation kind of about these things pretty much in the...
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he said anything too wild there. He's being very blunt, which is probably triggering some people. But I didn't hear anything that was like a super red flag, to be honest. It's interesting, this guy here, he agrees.
Open here. I think black people, the ones that are not associated, let's say, with like hood culture, have these conversations all day long. If this is why you guys told me not to watch it, I'm thoroughly confused because this is absolutely...
Interesting. This guy says hood culture. He distinguishes a hood culture away from just regular like black culture and black people. It's interesting.
The monologue that has happened in my household growing up for the entirety of me growing up. I don't hear anything wrong with this so far here, guys.
So black people is when you're...
This guy sounds like he may be based. I don't know anything about Nick Fuentes, though. I don't know where this guy's going with this, so let's see.
You're stuck in traffic and you see a Nissan Altima speeding down the shoulder.
Like, is it
And you
everyone?
say,
No.
What the f? You're not supposed to do that. If everybody did that, it would just be another lane, and, you know, not everybody can do that.
Right.
But it's like these people have no respect for decorum. They think the rules don't apply to them. They have no respect for society. Like, that's their interaction is they are a waiter and they wait on a black table and the black people don't tip and they're rude.
Wow. This guy's okay. He's keeping it real, man. He really is keeping it real. I can see why this has triggered some people.
Guys, I tip super high, like 50-60%, because I literally know I've been out with other people and they were just like, I'm not leaving no tip. I'm like, what? Right? I end up doing it, but I specifically tip 50-60% on average, just to make up for the shortcomings.
And that's most people's interactions. It's stuff like that. They go to the DMV and they see a black person behind the counter and they say, oh, here we go. And the person's rude. Now, it just goes to show people are not racist. It goes to show people don't like people that are rude. That people don't, it's unpleasant. People want to be treated with consideration and respect. And it is true that black people are, in this day and age, unfortunately, seem to have very low moral character. It's not even just the violence, although the violence is pretty striking. If you live your life and you know that you're going to be mugged by black people, it kind of colors your opinion or perception of black people, wouldn't you say? If 99% of the carjackings and stabbings and shootings that you see in Chicago are by black people, when you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for? Black people.
I mean, is he wrong about that? I mean, he's being brutally honest. But, yeah, I mean, man, like, dang. He's just calling balls and strikes, man.
And you equate that with danger. And it doesn't take a lot of them to spoil the whole bunch like that. And we just want black people to take accountability and say, look, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. It just seems that every time I encounter you people, for the most part, it's negative. And sometimes extremely negative. Like,
he's frustrated. You can hear it in his voice too. Like, he's had a lot of negative run-ins. Like, he's comes across as very, like, irritated and frustrated, for sure.
I could get a gun in my face. You know? That's a problem. And people go, well, you are just loaded up with hatred and racism. It's like, I'm really not. I'm a really friendly person. I'm a really polite, friendly person. I give everybody a chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that he's racist for saying any of this stuff, or that he's full of hatred. I wouldn't say any of that. He's just, there's a frustration. And the whole motto that's been going around in the past months now has been black fatigue. It feels like there is, from a lot of different people, a certain degree of frustration. Like, when you see, like, violence and crime after crime after crime after crime, I think probably what he's saying is resonating with a lot of people. I'm curious to know what this guy thinks.
But if I'm someplace and I see some black person walking in with their pants sagging and they can't articulate what their problem is or what they need, and they're rude and they're aggressive, and I'm in fear for my life, like, yeah, I have a problem with all of that.
I'm gonna be honest.
Be honest.
Completely honest here.
Please do.
Because I know I can get away with saying some of the things that most likely he cannot get away with saying. Listen, I can say this right now, bro. If I see specific hairstyles, I'm sorry. You're basically a wash to me. Like, if I see any type of dreads on your head, bro, all right, I'm almost not going to 100% take the conversation that we're having seriously.
Based.
All right, I'm just not going to do it, bro. If I see those ridiculous Florida twist things that the individuals wear, the YNs wear, forget it. Immediately, I'm
immediately profiles. No, I'm not listening to you. I'm so based. We all do that, by the way. Everyone does that.
Everything you're saying. All right, and
That's funny.
Most likely, I'm not even going to walk into the building until I know you're out of it. All right, so let's just understand here. I get what he's saying here. All right, I don't think that there's anything wrong with he's saying here.
Wow.
This is just being truthfully honest in a scenario where most people would not be this truthfully honest. I mean,
I know the moment I saw that American flag on his hat, I thought, this guy, he's got it.
Yeah, he's a Fuentes.
Good feeling.
Right, so he's not going to be looked at in the same manner, saying it in other ways, basically. Right? He's not going to be looked at like that, right? But just understand this here, guys. I don't see anything wrong with what he's saying here. There is a literal problem in the black community. He's saying that there's a moral decline or a lack of morals. He's not lying here. Right now, 2025. Listen. If you understood, guys, hold on. I specifically moved to a zip code where I am one of the 2 black Americans in it, guys.
Wow.
One of the 2. Right.
He's saying, I specifically moved to a place where basically everyone's white. He's just, I mean, hey.
Just understand that there. For a reason. I didn't specifically move to like the hood for just so I can, I can't live my life like that. I'm not bringing my family around that, bro. No. I'm not going to do it, bro. I don't respect the hood. I don't respect hood culture. I don't respect backyard barbecue culture. I did that. I said that, right? I don't respect none of it, bro. I don't want nothing to do with any type of debauchery, bro.
This guy's based. I'm going to sub to this dude's channel. This dude is based. I don't know anything about this guy. His name is Mr. L. Boyd. Like, all of his links are down here, and you can see them all on that channel and stuff. You don't hear this a lot. I think not just because a lot of black people don't actually believe this or agree with him. I think it's just more out of fear. Like, there's a lot of cancel culture to where it's just like, you're not allowed to say this kind of stuff. Otherwise, black people will call this guy like a coon. What's the other things they call him? A coon or an Uncle Tom or stuff like that. They got their own names for people who betray them and stuff. It's like, what the heck?
I just can't, under any circumstances.
It's
bro.
like you're not the Borg. You don't share a hive mind consciousness. You're all individuals. Make your own choices. Like, if you don't like stuff about the way people that your skin color does stuff, you don't have to follow them. Like, what is this? It would be like me saying I represent all white people and they all believe the same way. It'd be like, what? No, you don't. What are you talking about? But then when you flip the script and it's like, oh, no, all black people do this and that. And it's like, well, I don't know. Like you're supposed to follow that if you're black. It's like, yeah, no, I don't think so, man.
I can't. My family do not even engage in anything like this. And I mean this to the depth of me. People, a lot of people yell at me in the comments and just, they're thoroughly confused why I don't back some of the ridiculous, like, hood mentality type of clauses. And I'm just like, bro, they call me all types of, like, Uncle Tom. Don't even know the story
there
of
it
Uncle
is.
Tom when they call me Uncle Tom, right? But
Give some examples. I'd love to hear examples of this guy, where as he's talking about hood mentalities and stuff.
Live your best life in ignorance. But listen, Uncle Ruckus, I'm all types of things.
Is Uncle Ruckus another one? I haven't heard of that one.
Because I won't adhere to the nonsense. I don't respect it. I'm not going to support it. You cannot come to me and ask me to come to your backyard barbecue party, bro. There's going to be like 30,000 fights, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm not engaging in that. I'm not bringing my family around it. That's not happening here. Now, is it every single black American that I've encountered? No, my neighbor is fine.
Your one black neighbor who lives in the white neighborhood. He's not lying, man. I used to date a lot of black girls when I was, like, growing up and through school and all that stuff. And I cannot tell you the number of times we would go to this park. It would be like a park, a big public park, and a bunch of black people would show up. And I remember, man, like the mother of the chick I was dating, she would tell me, she'd be like, "We gonna leave before sundown. We gonna leave before that sun starts going down." And I'd be like, "Why?" And she told me, she's like, because when black people get together, something always bad happens. And without fail, as that sun started going down, something popped off and everyone started running to it or running away from it. And she's like, "Oh, we got to go." That I know what he's talking about, that barbecue backyard stuff. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, okay. It's true.
My neighbor's great, actually. You see what I'm saying here, guys? And like I've met so many, like, positive, business focused, moral focused, ethics focused, forward, let's say, black Americans in my life, but it just seems like the ones who tend to kind of make it the biggest are always the ones who are the most garbage, if that makes any sense.
It always seems to be an extreme, doesn't it? Like, if you got a black guy or a black girl, they're always either really based and normal and lean conservative, and they're like, you can just talk with them and work with them, and they're just like average, just like all the rest of us. They're either that or they're way at the other end of the extreme and they're just ghetto as hell. It's like always an extreme or something. That's the way it comes across.
It seems like that's just the trend. And with that being said, the overwhelming masses tend to look at, I guess, black Americans in America as that one specific ilk of literal filth.
A lot of that has to do with progressivism. It's the same with the LGB and the gay community and the LGBTQ plus BLT and the trans community. All of this progressivism has labeled these groups, and this movement has done so much more damage for like the trans community, because you see these people going to parades and like wearing bondage equipment and shaking their junk in front of children and like rah propaganda. And then normal people in America look at that and they think, oh, that's how all gay people are, or that's how all trans people are, or that's how all black people are. And it's like, no, that's not true. There's a lot of, dare I say it, even trans and certainly gay and all these. Many of them can be based. Many of them can just be normal or conservative. But these movements have so tarnished their reputations for fighting for equality. Man, I'm telling you, the white liberal woman, the feminist, they're like cancer. They are the ones always champion this stuff on. They are killing these groups, these minority groups, killing them. I'm telling you, they're like the cancer of America.
Okay. Because I can tell you, like in my family, there are many black people, obviously, right?
I'm shocked.
But that's just not my lived experience. Like my lived experience is not the hood. My family are not ghetto. I remember talks with my great grandmother, and she was just like, listen, whatever the overwhelming majority of black Americans are doing, bro, and she was like 80, bro. Whatever the overwhelming majority of black Americans are doing, do the opposite.
Wow.
Period. That's legitimately what I was taught from literal like toddlerhood, bro. All right.
Wow. Really?
I don't know, but anyway.
And people go, and these black people go, well, you're racist, you're racist. It's like, no, I just hate inconsiderate behavior.
There are a lot of black people who respond like that, but those white liberal women, they are the ones, they will tell you that before the blacks have a chance. They'll just like, rah! That's what they do, man. I'm telling you.
That's fair.
If black people were super well behaved, we would be racist in the other direction. We'd say, black people, oh yes, dude, yes. My day is about to turn around for the better. What can I help you with, sir?
Look, what you just confirmed was that you can never be perfect as someone, if that makes any sense here. That's just confirmation of kind of that statement. Like when someone hates you for something, this has nothing to do with this specific argument because he's right in this argument. But when someone
That's how I feel about Chinese people. Every time I see Chinese and Japanese people, I'm like, yeah. Like if I go into a restaurant and there's like a Japanese waitress or a Japanese person serving, I'm like, oh yeah, the service is gonna be great. Like they're gonna be so polite. That's how I feel.
you for something. Let's say you're being called fat all day long, bro. Lose weight and watch you be called. You're gonna start being called too skinny. All right, like you can never be like adequate to like another person. Understand that?
Please come right on in, man. What a relief to see you here. You're a sight for sore eyes. If black people were known for being the best, then we would be racist in the other direction. Oh, finally.
Of course, no one would call it racism then.
So yeah, that really bothers me. It just bothers me in this damn ass city because that's all it is in Chicago. Is just
he's in Chicago.
Black
no.
people who can never take accountability. So,
I didn't know that either. That makes more sense too. He has more experience than for sure. I've been to Chicago once, but it was on the outskirts. I never went in like the inner city part. I don't even think I stayed overnight. But from the things that we've heard,
always somebody else's fault.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, yes, I absolutely can confirm that exact statement here. Accountability is an issue. Like if we follow like which gender generally has issues specifically with dealing with accountability, you'll realize that most likely it's going to be the women, right? Now look at the Black American community. You realize that fatherless households are like everywhere, right? And who's raising these men? Women, right? They're just embodying women. Like
yeah.
Most of the men that women complain about were raised by women.
Yeah.
Most of them, large scale. Like most of the prisons, right, that house the criminals are criminals raised by women, right? Like, I mean, understand this here, the reality here. So
I think
accountability is a problem in the Black American community because of these things. I would just specifically say that it is probably going to be that as the issue. Right? If you're wondering why, that's it. Period. Well, why don't the men stay in the house? Bro, like, do you understand what it is like sometimes specifically where you run into women that are consistently, specifically Black American community?
He's saying, man, it's all the women's fault. I think that's an oversimplification, but he's saying these black women, they're the issue. Did you guys know that for most of the people watching YouTube videos, only a small percentage of those people are actually subscribed to those channels? But subscribing is really quick and easy. All you have to do is first to make a YouTube account, which is free, and then after that, go down to the video that you're watching, hit the like button, which goes a long way in helping out the algorithm, and then go over and hit the subscribe button. After you've hit the subscribe button, click the drop down arrow and click the option that says all, so that can notify you whenever a new video from this creator has dropped. Subscribing is free, and making a YouTube account is also free. It allows you to keep up with all of your favorite content creators, and of course it goes a long way in helping out my channel, and I really do appreciate it. So with all of that being said, back to the video.
You run into women that are like specifically, consistently, always in some type of survival mode, and that survival mode, right, tends to make you have to do all the things that generally, stereotypically, are not like, you know, excessively feminine, and so you're kind of living within this masculine energy, and it's really hard for the average man, I would say.
Man, he's speaking the truth on that. Out of all the women I've dated more black women than any other. And man, they're so prideful, man. Like, you try to just, you know, get to their heart and their emotions and just try to peel away that rough exterior, and just, you know, there's some attractiveness there because a little bit of sassiness, you know, that's attractive. But man, when it goes south and they just become like these bulldogs, and it's like, oh my God, like, how come you are not like a lady? What is going on? Man, I'm telling you.
Want to deal with a woman,
not all, of course,
who is a woman by default, but very masculine.
Yeah.
Right? Not everyone, obviously. I'm not talking about everyone.
Not all.
That is a thing that is very prevalent within the black community.
Oh yeah, look at Michelle Obama. That's a dude, man. Big Mike. Man, she's probably got a schlong bigger than King Kong.
And these men, some of them are legitimately hobosexuals, where they have nothing going for themselves. In fact, they have nothing going for themselves. They're broke, and they're looking for a woman who they think is easy to basically attach themselves to.
Hobosexuals. Interesting. So that's what Barack Obama was.
Because she has, I don't know, 5 kids, because she's went through the same process with other black American men, utilizing her resources that the government gave her. You know, you get what I'm saying here? Utilizing that. Now they are having a baby with this woman, realizing, oh no, look what I did, right? That type of thing. Running to the next woman and do the same thing again. It's hobosexuals, guys.
Wow, I've never heard that term.
Right.
That's a clever term. Hobosexual.
Either way, there are a lot of issues here. How do we fix them? I have no idea. I don't think that he's wrong here in this context. I definitely am glad I actually watched this here, because I don't really see anything wrong with it, bro. I looked for it, right? I'm also not easily offended by things.
Yeah, he sounds based.
So, I'm glad I saw this, at least. Right? Because I agree with the majority of it. I've heard the majority of what he's stating within my household growing up, period. Right? Stay away. Do not do this. You listen. Live your best life. Like, your friends are going to have to be vetted before we allow you to even hang out with your friends. If they have this, if they have a similar skin tone, like, that's what I was raised with, right? Like, my parents did not want certain people around me.
I don't hear that a lot. I don't hear that a lot from black people, that they were raised with that mentality. I've heard it before, but I don't hear it a lot. I hear much more often that basically anything you do, it's white man's fault, and therefore you don't have to take accountability for anything you do or say, because you were born a victim, and me, I was born a devil. I've heard that a lot, but what this guy's saying, I don't hear that a lot, man.
Based off of their parents. Okay. And I kept that to my age of 38 right now, bro. Like,
you're 38? Man. You don't look 38. Well, you got a little bit of the white, you know? A little bit. He looks a bit younger, yeah?
I want to know everything about the person who wants to hang out with me, bro. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
He's smart. He's wise. He has
just
wisdom.
Just be normal, right? Keep this in mind, like, you know, also a lot of my specific perspective on life came from me literally living outside of the country for over a decade, guys. I mean, I lived in the south of Spain. I lived in South Korea.
Really?
I still live in the south of Spain, but only half of the year, right? So, like, I see.
That's what it is. He didn't grow up in the States. I love the States. He's got an American flag, though. He's still in Spain, he said? I want to know more about this guy now.
The world very differently. I see race relations very differently, bro. Right? Like, I know what it feels like to drop the hyphen in American. You get what I'm saying here? What are you? American. Period, guys.
Good,
right?
man.
Because I'm telling you, outside of the country, no one cares about these hyphens, bro.
I thought he said that he was living in Spain. But, hey, represent.
Get rid of them. They're silly. Right? I think it's just separating you to the point where now you think you're something different.
Maybe he was born here and then moved overseas later.
Other than the literal American that signed a social contract, basically, to exist within the United States of America, right? To be coddled and held by our beautiful Constitution. How dare you? Drop these hyphens, bro. Get rid of them. You're silly. You're silly, guys. But all right, listen, guys. I will stay on this topic for 30 minutes, bro. I'm telling you. But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. In the meantime, I will catch you guys later. All right.
I really like this guy's video. I know nothing about this dude. I'm going to sub to his channel. That was great. Man. I am going to subscribe and like the video because that's what you do. It always helps out the channel. Guys, let me know what you think. This was a very interesting video. Very interesting. All I knew is that people were calling Nick Fuentes, which I know hardly anything about, and they were saying he was racist, but he was commenting on all of the black, quote-unquote, black fatigue, and specifically regarding that incident where those black dudes, like, punched that white woman in the face. She's raised thousands of dollars since then, like I think over $200,000. And these dudes were like out on bond and stuff. And you see these incidents, and I think that I don't know where it was. That may have been in Chicago, but I saw this pop up on my timeline. I watched like 30 seconds of it, and I thought, ooh, okay, I'm gonna react to what this guy's gonna say. I really like this video. I like what this guy's saying. He seems based. I want to get to know some of his other viewpoints and what he thinks about other stuff. So go check out his channel. I'll leave the link in the description. And please don't forget on my channel to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm an evil, horrible racist that's just full of hatred? Or do you not? And let me know if... and what point did I become racist? If so, I'm just curious. I've grown up around black people my whole life, dated them, ate with them, went to church with them. I'm just, where in there did it start? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. Really appreciate it, guys. And as always, till next time, have a great day.